wanted to share with you today some flowers that I've made. I'm going to show you how to do them. I have a passion for thrifting and using up materials that I find at the thrift shop. And if you do any thrifting at all, you know that there is a wealth of ribbon out there, old-fashioned ribbon that perhaps is not the latest style or the exact latest color, but nonetheless it's good ribbon. But you never know what to do with it, so you don't ever buy it. I found a flower, and it's on a blog called One Lucky Day, and I will link it down below, that takes a double-edged wire ribbon and cuts a freehand scallop kind of down the middle, or according to whatever size petal you want. I'm going to show you how to do it in just a minute. And it allows you to use this ribbon. Let me just give you a couple of examples. Now, this is a bunch of ribbon that I've had in my stash forever. Let me see if I can get this right. And if you'll notice, it has a stitched edge that the wire moves through easily. Don't be fooled by the plastic edge of some of the cheaper ribbon like you get at the dollar store. This is another bolt of ribbon. I don't know why I got this. It was $1.25 for the entire thing, and it was 15 yards, and I thought maybe one day I'll use it, but it looks like some kind of a pastel camouflage, doesn't it? But I took this and made a flower out of it, made several, and I'm going to use this. You can change the color by misting or adding glitter. You can ink the edges to give it a little bit more of a distressed look. So let me show you a few that I've made here. This is out of another spool of ribbon that I had. This is vegetables, and I thought, wouldn't this be cute in a garden-themed mini? Little vegetables on here, and I took some vintage buttons and used those in the center, and these are real vintage buttons, probably 70, 80 years old. But I think they're just pretty, and this kind of fabric ribbon is stiff. So what it allows you to do is to shape these petals, and they stay that way. And I think this kind of came out looking like a one of those Mary Englebright puffy flowers. Okay. Then I took, this is a sheer Christmas type ribbon, and again I cut it and wrapped it in a circle. I added this gold button to the center, and this was basically a white ribbon, and I didn't like the way that it came out, excuse me. So I inked the edges with Tim Holtz Distress Ink, his Christmas Berries, to make it stand out a little more. And again, I have a button center. Now, these two are the same thing. This is a little bit different texture of ribbon. It's a fabric ribbon, and I think these look kind of like double camellias or something like that, and I thought they were beautiful. This one I put some stickles on it. I happen to like the ice stickles. It's got a bigger flake. This one I just slightly inked the edges to make it stand out more. And then this one is made with the camo ribbon, which is almost like a polished cotton. And I scalloped it. I used a teardrop-shaped pearl, just put some hot glue down in the center and stuck it on there. And then I used circle punches on the back of these to give them some more stability. Okay? So let me show you how I did it. I took a piece of ribbon, this particular ribbon right here is what I'm going to show you. And I used between 18 and 20 inches. I've used as much as 24 inches, and sometimes I use less. It just depends on what I want and the size of the flower. So I cut the ribbon at that length, and then I just cut a freehand scallop, and it isn't attractive. Okay, it's not. I tried to be even, but I'm not really even. So I'm just going to finish up cutting this here so you can see. And what you're doing is you're cutting off one side of the wire, and you're just cutting your scallop here, okay, just like that. Then I'm going to pull this wire, work it out through one of these ends here, Let me see. I'm just pushing it. Now, I have a hard time grabbing hold of things with my fingers sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I have a needle nose pliers. I'm going to pull this up. Oops, I got some thread, and just pull this down enough so I can roll this piece. And I want to roll it just so it's not going to pull out when I start on the other end. And then I'm going to go back and pull that side some more too. So here we are, we're pushing. Let me pull this out. And I'm going to, oops, gather this. And as I go, I'm going to roll this end, this wire. It just makes it not break off so easy, because I have had them break if it's a inexpensive wire. I do most of my swapping at 2ShabbySistersStudio.ning. Actually, I do all my swapping there. And we're going to be starting a series of flower swaps coming up in January. And so we thought it'd be nice if we began to share some tutorials for our members. And you know, a lot of these won't be original flowers. They're just our interpretation of something that we've seen online. But it's nice to teach new techniques and learn how to do things that you haven't done. And to the people that are new, maybe they've never seen a rolled flower like this before. So, okay, for the, let's see, I'll keep pulling and pulling. Now, I'm going to roll this end up, and I'm going to go to the other side and grab this part and pull this again here till you get it as tight or as loose as you want. Now, I personally like my gathers quite tight, just because I like the poofiness of the flowers. And this isn't as tight as it should be, but for the sake of time, I'm going to just show you what to do next. So then you can roll on something. I'm going to choose to roll on well, this is a Sharpie. And I'm going to just roll this around to get a circular flower. And this just kind of gives me a base to work off of here. Then you can flip it over. And this is a little bit bigger flower than the other one that I made. I probably, if I did this again, would use a little bit less ribbon. And then you glue it down on your backing with your hot glue gun. Let me do that. I'm going to do that off. Oops. Well, I'm not going to do it off camera. Anyway, this is the type of flower you get. When you glue it onto your little round piece, it then gives you a stable flower like this one, and you can fluff these petals or poke it or change it or do whatever you want to. Put whatever kind of centers in that you want. I'm going to try one with some actual flower stamens in it. See what it looks like. And there you have a flower. And that's a great way to use up that ribbon, or to help you take advantage of good deals at the thrift store when you see it. Because when you can get those big spools of ribbon for 50 cents, it's worth it to be able to make a bunch of flowers to have on hand. Thank you so much, and come by 2 Shabby Sisters. Check us out. Check out our swaps. And thanks for spending this time with us.